On the forks, put that back together. We'll do that over here. It's a little bit better to see, and then just a spot there. That clean here. All right. So our handy dandy fork bullet comes in handy. Go on here like this. And we're using the SKF dual compounds. These you want to grease them. You can get the grease from anywhere that sells OEM KTM parts. If you want the actual KTM grease, you can get grease from KYB Technical Touch, SDI, a bunch of different places. Racetech has their own grease. Should be able to get from like Rocky Mountain or whatever. So they all have. It's pretty easy to get your hands on. So we're just wiping this stuff off here real quick. Again, we're not replacing the bushings because this sets low hours and everything looks good. But I normally replace the bushings with everything. It's just only a couple more dollars usually, and then you don't have to worry about it. I usually use the SKF dual compounds or the heavy duty one fork seals because they last the best, and then SKF sells the bushings too for WP. I haven't had a whole lot of luck with the bushings for the KYB stuff or the Showa stuff. It doesn't seem to fit real well. The outer one does, but the inner one usually doesn't fit too good for some reason. So I don't have regular grease right now, so I just use a little bit of fork oil on there. That's acceptable. Then we'll put our clip on, put a little fork oil here, like so, and put a little bit on the outside to help it set in the outer tube, like that. Pull the bullet off, put the washer on. Usually if it has a light cup, just put the cup down. And then I like to put a little bit of oil in the Teflon here and kick that on. Go here, put this bushing on, like so. We'll grab the tube. Slide the tube on. Grab our fork seal driver. Just give our light bushing and washer light tap in there. Get them going. Then we'll slide our fork seal in. Don't pull that out too far, like I just did. What we'll do is we'll drive it, and I turn the fork as I drive it. Just to makes me think I'm hitting it evenly, so we'll flip it upside down. Put the, let's see here, don't have water room. Try not to get your glove caught in there, it's a pain in the butt. Okay, push it down like this. Use the fork seal driver to push it into place. And make sure you have it in the actual groove. Looks good. And then we'll just push that together like that. You ain't got to beat the shit out of it, so. The less you have to beat on stuff, the better. Okay, now we got that. We will toss in this dude that I do not know the name of for some reason. I guess I should have looked that up in the manual before I started filming, but the bottom spring guide is what I'll call it. So it goes all the way down here, and then there's, as you saw, there's a little hex for it to sit in, and then that's fits in the fork, and then threads there. We will throw the spring in with numbers up. Okay. Get this with a little more suspension clean. Grab our inner cartridge, whack it on the ceiling a couple times so we're good to go. Insert cartridge into the fork, and then we'll pull the fork up to come here. Again, we'll just thread it down to where the O-ring's in. Okay, then we'll hold it, because if you just tip it over, that outer cartridge will slide down and bang, because there's nothing holding them together besides that clip in the for the fork seal. So again, we'll push down, 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 down. Okay, and then we'll grab the rebound rod, give it a polish, and toss it in. Push it all the way down. I usually push on a couple times, make sure it springs back, goes in, springs back. So that's the way I do it. And then this has a the adjuster sticks out, so you want to make sure you get that in there. It's pretty hard to mess up, really. And we'll screw it all down until it bottoms out, like right there. Flip the fork back over. Grab our 17 mil. Grab our wrench. They're 19. Guess I need to put it over here. Just go ahead and tighten her up. This doesn't have to be god awful tight either. Let's go here. That. I always put a little bit of chassis grease on the threads and O-ring. Push her down. Go in. Then we'll get her going here. Then we'll put it in the vise and torque her down. Don't have to pinch the shit out of it, you just need it to hold it for you. Grab a torque wrench. Torque is 18.4, 0.3, something like that. So we'll just go 15, 16, 17, 18, 18 and a half, not about 19. While it's upside down, go ahead and set the rebound. And we'll take it out of the vise. If you have a vise like me, shut the vise, that way your blocks don't fall out everywhere. Okay, so the outer cartridge on this kit takes 400 mil or cc's, whatever you're going off of. The inner cartridge is 165, the outer cartridge is 400. And just pour it in kind of slow, otherwise you'll run it over. This is the first how-to video I've filmed, well, in several years. So hopefully, and this GoPro's on my head, I'm hoping we can see everything here. Otherwise, it's going to be a waste of time. Guess we'll see. So now we'll just thread it back together. Until you can't thread it no more by hand. Put it back in the vise. Again, clamping where the bottom triple clamp clamps. If you don't have soft jaws, you probably ought to get some when you do this, just like that other aluminum vice block, because you can use rags, but they're pretty much useless. So go all the way back in with this compression. We'll set the compression. Alright, so these were set at standard 12 on the top, 12 on the bottom. I think the Sport is 8 and 8, and then Comfort's like is 17 and 17. So if you want a little bit softer, 17. If you want a little bit harder, 8. And that's all from all the way closed to open, counting it back out. And now we'll just go ahead and tighten this cap back up. Doesn't have to be too tight, just snug it, and we'll hit her with